Okay, so I'm making this, and forgive the really poor, crappy setup, but I just got this computer back together, and had a bit of a disaster here, so I didn't have time, didn't have anything to get this together. But I just wanted to. I was talking to a guy recently, and he asked me why I prefer clones, and I figured maybe I could open a discussion, something like that, because this could be some really interesting stuff. But anyways, there's one reason, and it's a pretty darn good one. Where are you? Yeah, give it. There we are. Now, the other day, this K-Box took crap of me. Nothing against these folks, except I think I got a cheap clone. Yeah, that's one thing. You get clones, sometimes you do get crappy ones. But that one did everything I wanted it to for quite a few months, heavy use. And it wasn't until I started getting kind of dumb with it. I mean, I got no clue what chip's in this, if there even is one. But I started stressing it, these things are supposed to go down to like 0.4 ohms. I was tapping that 0.4 mark for quite a while before it actually finally went out on me. But anyways, then I had to get something new, had to do it quick. So I went with this one, picked it up local shop, Vixen Vapors or whatever, if you're local around me. They're out in Franklin somewhere, but that's not important. Thing is, well, first off, it's mechanical, and it'll do everything I wanted it to, ever. But anyone that knows anything about these, they're a lot more finicky. I need to be careful when building on this bad boy, because first, well, I knew immediately unregulated I can go dual coil whatever I want to do with it. But first time building with it, I was so focused on the fine details of this, I forgot about my coil, and more importantly my cotton. And that's what happened. Let's see, that black piece used to be a positive post, but I started a couple fires. Nothing big, nothing damaging anything, but I did start a couple fires in my mod because my cotton got dry and I didn't deal with it. I was so intent on hoping nothing blew up with this, because I've never messed with a mechanical mod in my life. But this one actually, the seal, the insulator on the center post, it cracked, and this will rotate freely. Well, not freely, but no effort whatsoever. And I can loosen it, tighten it, whatever. But the thing is, I don't know what that insulator is. I think on a lot of the more expensive mods it would be a Delrin insulator, but on this I don't know. Might be Teflon. Who knows? It's probably not good to breathe in though, that's for almost certain. That being said, I have officially retired this one. It was actually the first one I bought. And I'll be straight, it's a Doge copy, but it did really well. But, and to be fair, Doge is, I understand, is one of the cheaper RDAs you can buy, the official one. But this was a live and learn experience, and you know what? I learned that, well, I learned a bit how to handle them, and I mean, I'm using this other one. I'm keeping more aware of stuff, and I've learned from this. But this was a $20 lesson, and it could have been a $30 lesson, or for example, a much more practical one. I mean, that was a new guy mistake. but this. Ooh, that's a mess. But anyway, this little thing, this little guy, this little Veritas clone. But once again, I knew they were a bit of a pain in the neck to build on when I started with them. But this was a $20 lesson that this is a bit above the level of something I would want to. Bit above the level of something that I would want to sit there and vape on for hours and hours. Just because I don't want to burn that out. Because those things are a nightmare to replace. Especially if you run two of them. Or dual coil in that. Okay, nightmare is not the proper word. It's more of... It's just a pain in the neck. Honestly. I've drawn more blood trying to get that to work right. Because... I ain't spending... I'm not going to buy no official coil jigs, none of that crap. I can do competently on my own. And I can get that to run pretty well. It's just, now I know. But you know what? That's a $20 lesson. That's not a $90 lesson. Or a $100 lesson. Or a $120 lesson, I mean, that being said, I picked same shop, Vixen Vapors. Just down here, but I picked up a Plume Veil. I think I'm 90% sure it's a clone, but it's definitely one that is visually very close. It does have the name Aethertech on it. I don't know if they're but judging by the price I picked it up at, it is in fact a clone. But you know what? I've messed around with it a bit. I've built on it. I've done some stuff, and I really like this guy. And that being said, this Doge, as long as I wanted it to perform properly, as long as I didn't, push it beyond its limits, until I started a few fires in it, it was amazing. This Veritas, this is amazing. I mean, it is one of the best vapes I've had, but it's just, I don't want to put the time into building to make it that good. So my point is, this, I will do some research on it. I will see if I just got a mispriced legit one, because they did put a certificate of authenticity in it, but I didn't read it because I figured, it's a friggin' clone, So it's authentic from some company I never heard of, whatever. But this one, if it isn't, I will probably go out and spend, the $120 on one. I will probably go out and spend. I'll probably go out and spend, $40-50 on a Doge V1. Because I have had a little bit of experience with them. It gives me that room to work with. Alright, well, my time's up actually. But, there's my explanations. Alright.